Number 15. China, the largest power in Asia. China covers an area of nearly 9.6 million square kilometers, making it the third largest country in the world. Its territory shares borders with 14 nations, stretching from East Asia to Central Asia and Southeast Asia, which makes it one of the countries with the most neighbors in the world, second only to Russia. This proximity to many countries also positions China as an important hub for politics, military, and trade, with railways, roads, and energy routes closely linking it to the Eurasian continent. China's territory spans 5 natural time zones, but uniquely, the country operates on a single time zone, UTC+8. This unified policy creates a noticeable difference in daily life across regions. For instance, in Urumqi, a city near the western border, the sun may not rise until after 9 a.m. However, since all activities adhere to Beijing time, many schools here must start classes at 7 a.m. when it is still dark outside. While using a single time zone makes government management easier, it forces people in remote areas to adjust their daily schedules to align with actual daylight. China boasts one of the most diverse terrains in the world. The North China Plain and the Central China Plain are densely populated and agriculturally developed areas. Tibet is the highest plateau on the planet, with an average elevation of over 4,000 meters, home to Mount Everest. The Gobi Desert in the north receives very little rainfall, while the southern regions, such as Guangxi and Yunnan, are characterized by lush forests and subtropical ecosystems. Traveling from east to west or from north to south feels like a journey through various ecological zones. The climate also varies according to the terrain. The north experiences cold, dry winters, while the south is hot and humid year-round. Tibet often sees snowfall even in summer, while Hainan is an ideal beach destination with consistently high temperatures. China is one of the few countries where you can witness all 4 distinct seasons in one place, and simultaneously experience a tropical climate just a few hours by plane away. As of 2025, China's population is over 1.4 billion, making it the second most populous country in the world after India. The Han ethnic group overwhelmingly dominates, accounting for about 90% of the population, while the remaining 55 ethnic minorities make up the rest. Some of these ethnic groups, such as Tibetans, Uyghurs, and Mongols, have their own autonomous regions, each with distinct languages, cultures, and beliefs. China's ethnic policy allows these groups to maintain their traditional customs while also learning Mandarin as the national common language. The official language of China is Mandarin. However, the country is home to over 300 languages and dialects. Cantonese, Hokkien, and Shanghainese each have their own unique linguistic systems. In many cases, people from different regions must use Mandarin to communicate effectively due to significant differences in local languages. Number 14. The beauty of Chinese women. The quintessential Asian beauty. Chinese women have long been regarded as the embodiment of Eastern beauty, characterized by grace, gentleness, and sophistication. They often possess smooth, fair skin, and harmonious faces with soft features such as bright eyes, delicate noses, and small chins, all contributing to a look that is both gentle and captivating. However, another noteworthy aspect is the increasingly strong influence of popular culture trends on modern Chinese women. In recent years, the wave of television dramas, social media, and domestic live streaming platforms like Weibo, Xiaohongshu, and Douyin have reshaped many standards of beauty, lifestyle, and even concepts of success. The image of the ideal woman is now not only associated with family, but also with being dynamic, fashionable, and leading a high-quality life. From healthy eating and gym workouts to having a sense of style and financial savvy, Chinese women today are living by the model of self-branding, turning themselves into a living brand. This is particularly prevalent among the post-90 seconds and 2000s generations, who view independence and personal style as essential parts of life. In romantic relationships, Chinese women tend to be discreet and profound. They do not easily express their emotions, but when they do choose, it is the result of careful consideration and clear conviction. Their care often manifests through small, subtle actions, and they also know how to set boundaries when necessary. If you think that loving or marrying a Chinese girl is too complicated, rest assured. Nowadays, many women, especially those with education and high social status, are actively seeking relationships with foreigners. They believe that foreign men often respect women more, listen better, and are more open-minded. Romantic connections, bridging the East meets West cultures, are becoming increasingly popular, not only on dating apps, but also within study abroad communities, international work environments, and cross-continental networking groups. Do you want to learn more about Chinese women and how to connect with them? Comment with the number 9, and we will share intriguing insights behind those discreet smiles. Number 13, iPhone for $10. Chanel bag for $20. Only in China. In some markets in China, you can buy a phone that looks like an iPhone for less than $10, or a Chanel bag that appears indistinguishable from the real thing for just $20. At first glance, it might seem like clearance items, but in reality, they are meticulously crafted knockoffs. Places like Shenzhen and Yiwu have long been known as the nerve centers of the counterfeit industry. Yiwu is particularly famous, often referred to as the largest wholesale market for knockoffs in the world, where each stall is a parallel version of renowned brands. From sunglasses, perfumes, and watches to tech accessories and electronic circuits, there's almost nothing you can't find a real-looking version of here. There are even dedicated areas that sell grade A products, meaning counterfeit items that are so finely crafted that only experts can spot the differences. The fake goods market here is also quite creative. Brands like Apple, Gucci, and Adidas are frequently counterfeited with names that sound similar, yet are quite humorous. You might come across a phone called My Phone, shoes named Taboos, or bags labeled Dolce and Banana. While they look almost identical to the originals, a closer inspection reveals subtle alterations in the details. Not only do they replicate products, but China also ambitiously recreates foreign architecture. Many urban areas have been built to mimic famous landmarks like the Eiffel Tower, the Statue of Liberty, and Roman squares, or even Austrian-style villages, with a level of detail that closely resembles the originals. Some areas have become extremely popular tourist destinations, offering a mini-Europe experience right in Asia. Although these replicas have never been considered legal in terms of copyright, the allure of these copies is undeniable. Have you ever encountered items that looked familiar but seemed a bit off upon closer inspection? Comment with the number 6 if you have an interesting experience with fake goods. Number 12. Spending hundreds of millions to learn the art of intruding into other people's emotions. In China, controversial classes have emerged where women are trained on how to win over married men. It may sound unbelievable, but these are discrete training courses with tuition fees reaching around $4,000, specifically designed to teach women how to approach, seduce, and gradually make a man leave his family. Notably, the instructors are often relationship experts who have successfully played the role of the third party and are willing to share their experiences. From how to engage in captivating conversations to creating a sense of psychological resonance, every tactic is meticulously taught. Some courses even include practical scenario exercises to enhance their applicability. In stark contrast, China is also developing a unique profession, consulting services for third parties who wish to withdraw. This involves psychologists, lawyers, or marriage counselors who help these interlopers recognize the consequences of their actions. They not only analyze the legal aspects, but also vividly describe the pain experienced by the betrayed partner to evoke emotional responses. The fee for such a consulting package can reach up to 100,000 yuan, equivalent to about $14,000. Number 11. China has a distinct social media ecosystem. When you arrive in China, you'll quickly notice one thing. Applications like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or X are completely inaccessible. It's not due to a malfunction with your phone, but rather because the Chinese government has blocked access to these international platforms. They do this to control information from abroad, protect domestic data, and uphold what they call cyber sovereignty. If you want to access familiar sites like Gmail, Google, or Western social media, you'll need to use a VPN. In this context, the people of China have developed a distinct internet ecosystem. Instead of using globally popular platforms, they have a range of domestic alternatives that often integrate even more features. At the forefront is WeChat. This app is considered the all-in-one virtual assistant for the citizens. WeChat allows you to message, make video calls, post updates, make electronic payments, shop online, schedule hospital appointments, hail rides, and even pay taxes. Some have said that if you lose your wallet, you can still manage, but if you lose your WeChat account, it's like losing your entire life. Additionally, there's Weibo. Weibo is an active open social network and is seen as a blend of X and Instagram. It's a place where artists, celebrities, government agencies, and everyday users come together to share information and exchange opinions daily. As for search engines, Google doesn't operate in China, so people use Baidu. This platform offers a variety of services, from information retrieval and navigation to cloud storage, artificial intelligence technology, and self-driving cars. Within the domestic tech ecosystem, Baidu is considered the most formidable local competitor to Google. What do you think about a self-sufficient digital world like China's? Comment 7 if you'd like to try living for a week without Google, YouTube, or Facebook. Number 10. In China, even beggars use QR codes. In China, withdrawing cash for payments has almost become an outdated practice. While many countries are still in the process of digital transformation, the people of China have nearly completely replaced cash with QR code payments. Almost anywhere you go, QR code scanning is accepted. From large supermarkets to street food stalls, from barbers in alleys to elderly women selling eggs at markets, everyone uses QR codes as a mini digital wallet. Even beggars and street performers print QR codes on plastic boards or hang them directly on their shirts, instead of placing a box in front of them for people to drop money, as we often see elsewhere. Not stopping there, China has taken a step further with facial recognition payment technology. The Smile to Pay system has been implemented in shopping malls, fast food restaurants, and many vending machines. You simply look at the camera, verify your identity with your face, and the payment is completed. However, this modernity inadvertently becomes a barrier for foreign tourists. Apps like Alipay and WeChat Pay require registration with a local phone number and bank account, while most stores do not accept international credit cards. As a result, many foreign visitors find themselves in a comical situation, unable to buy even a bottle of water simply because they lack a QR code. If you are planning a trip to China, setting up a local e-wallet account in advance will make your journey much smoother. Number 9. The 4 great inventions that changed the world. 4 famous ancient inventions from China are considered the foundation for many significant advancements in world history. The first invention is paper. In 105 AD, a Han Dynasty official named Kai Lun discovered a method to create paper by grinding tree bark, torn cloth, and fishing nets, then filtering the pulp and drying it into sheets. This innovation completely replaced the heavy bamboo slips and expensive silk, ushering in a new era for recording and storing knowledge. Meanwhile, Western countries did not begin to adopt this paper-making technique until the 12th century, which was over 1,000 years later than China. The second great invention emerged from a mistake. During the alchemical processes aimed at finding an elixir of immortality for the emperor, Taoist priests in the Tang dynasty burned mixtures of saltpeter, charcoal, and sulfur. Instead of achieving eternal life, they discovered a powerful explosive powder. This was the first gunpowder in history. Initially used only in fireworks, it later became a weapon that transformed the entire way humans conducted warfare. Next is the compass. By the 11th century, the Chinese had discovered that if they shaped a magnet into a spoon and placed it on a bronze plate, it would always point south. From this discovery, they created an effective navigational tool, which was particularly important for sea voyages. Thanks to the compass, explorers could cross oceans with greater accuracy. Without this device, Columbus might not have had the courage to embark on his journey to find the New World. The final invention is printing technology. In the 7th century, the Chinese learned to carve the entire page of a book onto a wooden block for mass printing. A few centuries later, a farmer named Bai Sheng developed a movable type system made of clay, which could be rearranged flexibly to print different texts. While Europeans were still painstakingly hand-copying each manuscript, books in China were being produced at a rate of thousands of copies per day. Among these 4 inventions, which one do you find the most surprising or impactful on the world today? Please leave a comment number 8 to discuss. Number 8. The bride must sleep with 20 men before getting married. In some minority communities in ancient Tibet, the choice of a husband was not based on romantic love stories or arranged matchmaking, but rather on a very practical and unique approach. Before officially marrying, the bride would engage with several men in the village. After each encounter, she would keep a token to mark her experience. Ultimately, the man she felt had the best health, stable reproductive capability, and overall compatibility would be chosen as her partner. There was even a record of a girl who tested with as many as 20 different men before settling on her husband. Although this custom is now less common or nearly extinct, it was once seen as a rather unique form of premarital testing before modern medicine developed. The Mosuo ethnic group in southwestern China is famous for its completely different marriage model. Here, women freely choose their lovers without the need for marriage or paperwork. Men only visit at night and leave by morning. They do not live together or fulfill traditional husband roles. Children take their mother's surname and live in their mother's household. The father is often just a guest who stays overnight rather than a family member. Additionally, in Yunnan province, the Bai people have a unique festival called Ro Sang Lin, which lasts 3 days each year. This festival allows married individuals to reunite and even spend the night with former lovers. This is not considered an act of betrayal, but rather a way for people to release unresolved feelings, show respect for the past, and sometimes serve as a subtle expression against historically forced marriages. Number 7. The largest tea-producing country in the world. China is regarded as the cradle of tea culture and is also the world's leading tea producer, accounting for nearly half of the global tea output. So, what keeps China in a dominant position in the tea world? It is thanks to its unique natural conditions. The rolling mountainous regions, humid climate, thick fog, and ideal altitude create a perfect environment for tea plants to thrive. Areas like Fujian, Zhejiang, and Yunnan have long been famous as golden lands for tea, where every hillside and every elevation produces tea with distinct flavors. There, tea is cultivated from low to high altitudes, ranging from a few hundred to over 1,000 meters above sea level, and this variation in elevation contributes to the characteristic diversity found in each cup of tea. Not only does China produce a large quantity of tea, but it also stands out for its rich variety of tea types. Notable examples include Longjing, a green tea with the fresh grassy aroma typical of Hangzhou, Tai Guanyin, which has a delicate fragrance reminiscent of orchids, and Pu'er tea, which is fermented and becomes increasingly rare and valuable with age. In particular, one of the most intriguing and famous stories associated with Chinese tea is that of the virgin tea. This tea was once considered a product reserved for royalty. Legend has it that only virgin girls were allowed to pick this tea, and they did so not with their hands, but with their mouths. The tea leaves were then placed in a golden tray, ensuring that no bare hands touched them to preserve their original purity. Ancients believed that this method of harvesting helped retain the most natural fragrance of the tea leaves, and as a result, it carried a unique aroma they referred to as virgin fragrance. Although there is no concrete evidence to support this story, it still illustrates how tea was once viewed as a symbol of purity, solemnity, and sacred value in Chinese culture. Number 6. Where ancient, modern, and future architecture coexist. In China, just a few subway stations can take you from the feudal era to the high-tech age. This is one of the few countries where ancient structures, modern architecture, and futuristic urban concepts coexist on the same land, creating a cityscape that is both contrasting and unique. One of the ideal starting points is the Forbidden City, located in the heart of Beijing. This royal palace complex consists of nearly 1,000 buildings, all constructed entirely of wood without the use of a single nail. The architecture here strictly adheres to traditional feng shui principles, from the placement of doors and the shape of the roofs to the orientation of pathways. Not only was it the residence of emperors during the Ming and Qing dynasties, but the Forbidden City also stands as a vibrant cultural symbol of Eastern architecture. Meanwhile, modern China is marked by a series of ambitious architectural projects. A prime example is the Shanghai Tower, which rises over 600 meters and features a unique spiral structure designed to reduce wind pressure and save energy. This is not just a skyscraper. It is also a testament to how China integrates environmentally friendly technology into large-scale projects. If you are curious about architectural ideas that push beyond current limits, visit Zhangjiajie to marvel at the glass bridge suspended in midair, which spans over 400 meters and was once recognized as the longest in the world, or explore 3D printed structures completed in less than a day. Notably, in Hebei province, China is planning the Shang'an city as a smart city, where all infrastructure will be managed by artificial intelligence, clean energy, and green technology. Number 5. The whole village lives underground. If you still think that modern life is synonymous with skyscrapers, penthouses, or towering apartment buildings, then you should consider visiting the province of Henan in China. Here, there is a unique village that has existed for over 4,000 years without ever needing to ascend to any floors, as everything is located underground. This village is called Sanmenxia, famous for its housing system known as Yadong. From the outside, you won't see any houses visible. However, if you descend about 6 to 7 meters, you will encounter a fully functioning community right beneath the surface. The residents here eat, sleep, study, and live as if in a true underground town. Each cluster of Yadong typically has a square structure with each side measuring between 10 to 12 meters. To enter, you must follow a steep tunnel leading down to a main courtyard. From this courtyard, the living rooms, kitchens, and communal spaces are arranged around it in a logical manner. One impressive feature of the Yadong is its intelligent drainage system, designed to prevent rainwater from flooding in, even during heavy downpours. Constructing a Yadong usually takes 2 to 3 years of manual labor, showcasing the incredible patience and skill of the local inhabitants. Not only is it architecturally unique, but the Yadong also exemplifies an energy-efficient lifestyle from ancient times. Being underground, the temperature inside remains stable, warm in winter and cool in summer, without the need for electricity for heating or cooling. The construction process utilizes locally sourced clay, resulting in minimal pollution and no emissions, making the Yadong a model of sustainable living that has existed for thousands of years. Number 4. The 4 great culinary schools of Chinese cuisine. Chinese cuisine is not only rich in the variety of dishes, but is also shaped by 4 main culinary schools, commonly referred to as the 4 great culinary traditions of China. These 4 schools are Sichuan, Cantonese, Jiangsu, and Shandong. Each region has developed its own unique cooking style, with distinct flavors, ingredients, and philosophies of enjoyment. Sichuan represents the spiciness of Chinese cuisine. Dishes here almost always include Sichuan peppercorns and red chili peppers, creating a characteristic numbing and spicy sensation that even locals approach with caution. Spicy Sichuan hot pot, mapo tofu, and chili fish are 3 must-try dishes if you want to test your spice tolerance. In contrast, Cantonese cuisine is renowned for its refinement. From ingredient selection to presentation, there is a focus on lightness and elegance. Dishes like steamed salt chicken, abalone congee, and steamed egg pudding are cooked to perfection to highlight the natural freshness of the ingredients. Traditional dim sum items such as buns, dumplings, and rice rolls are crafted with high skill, lightly seasoned, and often enjoyed with hot tea during leisurely breakfasts. Jiangsu, located at the confluence of rivers and fertile plains, offers dishes with natural sweetness, combined with meticulous presentation. A prime example is sweet and sour carp, often artistically shaped like a culinary masterpiece. Even simple dishes like hot noodles or stir-fried vegetables are presented with great aesthetic appeal. Shandong, on the other hand, presents a completely different world. The dishes here are rich in energy, bold in flavor, and high in protein. Seafood is the soul of many dishes from this region, with large, nutritious portions in clam soup, steamed crab, and various steamed and braised dishes, all leaning towards nourishment. Quick blanching and long simmering are characteristic techniques of Shandong cuisine. Chinese cuisine is not only about delicious flavors, but also about how each region expresses its culture and character through its dishes. Which region would you like to explore first? If you have the chance to visit China, feel free to share in the comments. Number 3. Traditional festivals in China. If you want to see China in its most vibrant and traditional form, the festival season is the ideal time. The most prominent celebration is the Lunar New Year, considered the biggest holiday of the year. During this time, the entire country seems to don a new outfit. Streets are adorned in shades of red. People flood the roads to watch lion dances, shop for offerings, and gather with family for festive meals. An essential tradition during this period is the first foot or opening the door. The first person to enter a home in the new year is believed to bring good fortune to the entire family. Therefore, the choice of the first visitor is carefully considered by the Chinese. The Mid-Autumn Festival, on the other hand, is a time for reunion and reflection. On the most beautiful full moon night of the year, families gather around a table of mooncakes, sipping hot tea and sharing well wishes. It is believed that the round shape of the mooncake symbolizes completeness and fulfillment in both familial bonds and life. Many regions also hold lantern festivals along rivers, creating a magical and enchanting scene reminiscent of a painting. In contrast to the serene atmosphere of the Mid-Autumn Festival, the Dragon Boat Festival brings excitement and intensity. Held on the 5th day of the 5th lunar month, this event is famous for dragon boat races that take place on major rivers such as the Yangtze, Westlake, and Lianhua. This festival commemorates the poet Yuan and serves as a day to ward off evil spirits and pray for health. People also make sticky rice dumplings and hang mugwort leaves at their doors for safety, reflecting the blend of spirituality and traditional medicine in Chinese culture. Number 2. Timeless destinations in China. China impresses not only with its rapid urbanization, but also with its preservation of many ancient cultural relics that have remained almost intact over thousands of years. At the top of this list is the Great Wall. Stretching over 21,000 kilometers, this monumental military structure spans multiple dynasties. While it cannot be seen with the naked eye from the moon, as the myth suggests, the wall can be observed from low Earth orbit. Notably, some ancient sections used a mixture of lime and glutinous rice as a binding agent, creating a durability that modern construction experts admire. In the Tibetan Plateau, the Potala Palace stands out as a spiritual symbol amidst the clouds. This architectural marvel was once the residence and ceremonial site of the Dalai Lamas, built at an altitude of over 3,700 meters with more than 1,000 rooms. It is not only a sacred site of Tibetan Buddhism, but also one of the most distinctive architectural works in Asia. If you want to experience the ancient rhythm of life authentically, visit the ancient town of Fenghuang, located by the Tuo River. This old village is characterized by wooden houses built close to the river, moss-covered stone bridges, and red lanterns reflecting on the water each night. Here, you can stroll along the cobblestone streets, watch boats drift by, enjoy rice wine, and listen to the sounds of the pipa emanating from a small tea house, as if the past is being narrated through vivid sounds and images. Number 1. Cost of living in China. The cost of living in China varies quite flexibly depending on the region you reside in. If you choose major cities like Beijing or Shanghai, you may have to pay between $600 to $900 per month for a one-bedroom apartment. However, if you live in rural areas or smaller towns, rental costs can range from just $150 to $350, making it suitable for those who want to save money or experience local life more authentically. Cooking for yourself is an effective way to reduce expenses. With about $230 to $280 per month, you can buy enough fresh food to prepare daily meals. However, if you want to enjoy local cuisine without spending too much, affordable eateries in China can be an ideal choice. Each meal costs only between $3 to $7, but is still delicious and rich in traditional flavors. Public transportation systems in major cities are well operated, with subways and buses covering extensive areas. For around $15 to $20 per month, you can travel comfortably without worrying about costs. In terms of physical fitness, maintaining a workout routine is also not too expensive. Gym fees in China typically range from $30 to $50 per month, offering modern equipment and professional trainers to assist you. In total, a person can live comfortably in China with costs ranging from $880 to $1,800 per month, depending on individual needs and lifestyle choices. This is a decent option if you are looking for a convenient living environment in a rapidly developing country. China is so vast and diverse that each region has its own story, waiting to be discovered. What you just watched is only the prelude to the long journey ahead. If you found the video interesting, please hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to join us on our upcoming adventures. See you in the next video.